Taya, it's got to be good. Closing in on 7:45 here on Life FM on the morning wake up with Salah and Beyond. It's all about the music this morning, man. Our first in studio guest. It's like a get to know you, but he's been doing his thing for a little while. We need everyone to meet Dylan Frater. Good morning, Dylan.
Good morning.
Good morning, buddy. Thanks for popping in this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Nice and early as well. Appreciate that.
I can do early.
You've been in the music scene for a little while. Some people may know, who's listening to Life FM may not be familiar with your name, but we're going to play a brand new song from you in a little bit, and they'll know who you are. But let's go back to high school, the Rock Quest days, because we've been stalking your Instagram as well.
Oh, stalk
nice and
away.
colourful, bro. Nice and colourful.
Colourful? Oh, that's good. I try and keep it colourful.
And styly too.
Very,
very
I
very cool.
appreciate that.
But I saw this little article that's on your Insta page, and you took a clip. You actually took a photo of an article that was written about you, and they talked about where it started for you at the Rock Quest when you got together with your boys, and you said, quote, "That's kind of when I knew music was something I would like to pursue."
Yeah.
Take us back then. What happened?
Yeah, Rock Quest days. Oh man, that's going back now. But that was, that kind of where it started for me, Like, I kind of got my first guitar when I was maybe like 14, and I think I learned a song by that band Skillet.
Oh,
yeah, and that was like
we know Skillet.
Can I guess what kind of guitar it was?
Yeah, you can guess.
Was it an Ibanez?
Was it an Ibanez? Nah, I think it was a Samick, bro. I think it was
Samick.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think it was a Samick, but
You two have lost me, man. Is that like entry level? Or
Yeah,
is that
pretty
like
entry level, but
Samick?
when I was thinking Skillet, I was like, okay, rock music,
Oh,
that
right.
kind of stuff, that sort of era.
I had an Ibanez bass like after that. Yeah,
Nice.
you got
Anyone
me.
who doesn't know instruments will be like, I don't
Yeah,
know,
what are you
I don't know
talking
what
about?
any of that means.
Yeah. But Rock Quest was definitely the game changer for me, because it just put me in front of an audience and it got me writing songs. And we had I was in 3 bands in Rock Quest, so I did 3 years in a row. And the first band was just like, we won Best Original Song for a song that me and my mate wrote like in the halls of like our high school, just about these two girls that we both had a crush on. And it the song took off, people really were always asking us to play it and stuff, and it was a bit of a tune.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
So you said that kind of gave you, I don't know, a taste or a passion for it. Is it more, because for some musicians it's more like music's almost therapeutic, or like that it's them alone writing and sort of almost processing their own stuff, and then for others it's more like when I actually get to perform it and be it in front of people and see how they receive it is the thing that really gets you going. Which is it more for you? Is it the home on your own making it, or is it the more live performing that you enjoy?
No, it's definitely both for me. Like, I really love the sort of part of it where you're just sitting at home and that music's starting to evolve, and it's starting, you're seeing it sort of come to life in front of you. I think that place for me is like, that's the most beautiful place. But then you hold on to that music, and then when you actually release it and you play it live, that's when it feels like there's that cathartic moment where it's like you've taken that energy maybe, and then you've held on to that energy really tightly, and then you can give it off to someone else to hear it, and then they can ask you about that song. So it's like a tension and release kind of vibe.
Yeah,
like there's that tension kind of you writing it, and then there's that release when you actually.
You got that real creative lingo.
I try.
I've
got my
nothing.
thesaurus in front of me.
It's now July 2024. You released your first EP in 2013.
Yeah.
Looking back, that's been a little minute. That's been a little while, right?
Yeah, definitely.
How much have you changed as an artist over that time?
Yeah. No, I've evolved a lot as, and especially in my sound, I think, as an artist. But the thing that hasn't changed so much is just the writing style. Like, I still write the exact same way. Like, I write, when I first started with that EP, I'd just have a little lyric book, which I'd write all my stuff in, all my songs in, and I still do that same process, like even to this day. The thing that's changed is the backdrop of that music has gone from a more like ambient sort of folky vibe to more of a pop and almost elements of EDM coming into it now as I've gotten more into producing. So for me, what's really exciting me at the moment is like production and like presenting my music in a positive way. Like, whereas when I was first starting, my music was more like heavy and really like melancholic. Whereas now I think I'm actually quite a lot happier as a person. So I want to present that as
good.
Yeah, like a
cool.
positive thing.
Yeah.
So it's like the other end of the spectrum of heaviness. It's more like a, I suppose, almost
Very
like
nicely said. Can you stick around, because we want to play your brand new song, but also talk about your faith as well.
Yeah.
So more from Dylan Frater next here at Life FM. On the morning wake up in studio with us is singer, songwriter, production engineer. Can I call you all of those?
Yeah. Beanie designer.
Yeah.
Really?
Just everything, man. Just stack them all
Okay,
up.
Dylan
That's all me.
Frater, everybody, and he's going to be performing in Wellington at Winter Vibes. So make sure you check out wintervibes.co.nz to get all the deets.
So we're going to play your new song, Body of Glass, coming up soon. So we're looking forward to that. Been on your Instagram a little bit, and you're a pretty open book on there, eh? With sharing about who you are and what your life's about, your music's about. Congratulations, by the way. I saw you post about being 2 years sober or alcohol free.
Yeah. That was a big one.
Yeah, a lot of people will be doing maybe Dry July at the moment. So
right,
might be
true.
having a hat tip to that one.
Yes,
but can we ask a little bit about your faith? You sort of last few years have been a bit of a renaissance, or just a sort of a coming to faith for you?
Yeah, it has been. Interesting plot twist in my life, I think, was coming to faith. Yeah, I mean, the classic, grew up in a Christian home, so I knew about faith as I went, I knew about faith growing up, but I sort of took my own turn in life and did my own thing for many, many years. And, I always felt that God was with me during those years, and he didn't leave me. I really felt that presence through my life, but I just wasn't really living for God. I was just doing my own thing. Honestly, not really thinking about it that much. But then like 3 years ago, I kind of had a strange sort of, I don't know, it was like a feeling of something pursuing me, perhaps.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of questions on my mind about where, what happens when we, after, where do we go after this? What happens next?
Big questions, yeah.
The big questions started coming up, and I just couldn't push them aside anymore. So I, I think it was then that I downloaded a Bible, and I was like, this isn't actually all that bad, there's some all right stuff in here. And then from there, things started sort of rolling, and I started feeling a little bit more like the veil was lifting, perhaps. Like I was starting to see life in a different way. Still doing my own thing, being big in the world and all that stuff. And then I sort of had a very... it was actually a dream that I had one night that kind of brought me to God, and it was just it was just a dream where I felt very much like God showed me some things.
Wow.
I won't go into detail, but I woke up from that dream, and I just sort of said, well, if you're real, if this is the real thing, I'll commit myself to you. I'll give my life to you. And the next morning and then the weeks following, life was just very different. I felt very a sense of peace that I hadn't had before.
Wow.
I couldn't swear anymore, which was odd, because I was a big swearer.
Yeah.
Like really big swearer, and the words just wouldn't come out. I was like, that's strange. And then a series of things started happening, and I realized that I'd maybe had become a Christian and not even really known it.
You're like, wait a minute, hold on. What's going on here?
What's going on here?
And is all of this kind of happening almost just on your own? Like this is just you and God, just kind of.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
That was the weirdest thing about it.
That ain't weird, man. That ain't weird. That's pretty cool. That's very, very cool, man.
Thank you, bro. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that with us this morning.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, Dylan.
Pleasure.
Talk about Body of Glass. What's that song all about?
Yeah, interesting song, eh? I wrote that during when there was the cyclone in Hawke's Bay. in 2020. I think it's just last year, wasn't it? Yeah. Basically, it's not actually about me. It's about a friend that was going through a breakup at that time, and I was sort of supporting this person, and they said that their heart was broken, and I replied saying, I don't know what to say, so I just replied with, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted." I just said that, and that person was very touched by that, and so I kind of wrote it from the perspective of this person who had been going through a really tough time and had been seeking the Lord a little bit through that time, and she was sort of so I was just sort of supporting them. And the song, I didn't have anything going on in my life really like that was particularly like worth writing about at the time.
So put yourself in someone else's shoes.
Yeah, I was just putting myself in someone else's shoes. But I really, the cyclone was happening at that time, so there was a lot of heaviness in the Hawke's Bay. It was very difficult time, so I really wanted to make music, and the song just sort of came out. Yeah,
Cool.
and then-
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool, bro. How can people get a hold? Actually, you know what? We're closing in on 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
This is cool. We're going to hold people in a little bit of suspense here.
Yeah.
Okay, because we did say we were going to play your song and say goodbye to you.
Yeah.
But we want to hold you for a little bit longer.
Oh, man.
I hope you don't have anywhere to be at 8 o'clock on the
Do
dot.
you have anywhere to be, bro?
Nowhere to be.
Okay, well, you sit tight because
My boss is like, what?
sit tight because we will get to Dylan's song right after the latest in your news headlines. Here it is. Sure is, man. 3 minutes after 8 o'clock. In studio with us is Dylan Frater. We've had a really cool chat with Dylan. He's wanted to take off, but we say, nah, buddy. Wait on, mate. Wait on, mate. We haven't even played your song yet. We've got your new song.
Yeah.
It's called Body of Glass. We're going to play that in just a second.
Yeah.
But I know you're holding down another job.
Yep.
Your passion is your music.
Yeah.
Before we cut you loose, what does success look like for you in terms of your music? What would you like to be doing, bro?
Yeah, that's a good question. For me, success was always just writing good songs and having it out there. That was the bottom line for me. So in a way, I've kind of hit that goal, just getting songs out and played to the world. But for me now, it's like I suppose getting my music out to the world, to be heard. I've always wanted to really have my music heard. So playing in different parts of the world would be amazing. But yeah, just getting my music out to be heard. That's all it's about for me.
Well,
Yeah.
you're going to be at Winter Vibes in Wellington at the end of next month. So if people want to get tickets, they can. You'll be alongside some other big names there. It looks like a great festival. I think, are we going to that? We're going to
be
there
there,
too.
mate.
So,
We'll see you there, bro.
yeah. Hopefully you can help us get back. We'll see. Where can people check you out online? Dylan Frater is the name. Is that the Instagram and everything too?
Yeah, it's just Dylan Frater. Just type in that name, DYLAN FRATER. I think the handle's Dylan Frater Music on Instagram, and Facebook it's just Dylan Frater. I do have a very small TikTok account.
Oh,
if you
here
wanna
we go.
Yeah.
Tabs will be all over that.
She's in there, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, so look Dylan Frater up if you want to know more about Dylan. Dylan, it's been a pleasure, man. Thanks for taking time out to come and join us this morning. You've been awesome. And we look forward to catching up with you at Winter Vibes.